we'll go on to something a little bit more depressing, which is delays. It's COVID 2.0 all over again. So we have Paramount and Disney today has just announced some delays. So we'll tackle Paramount's first, and it's a big one. So Mission Impossible 8 has now been delayed from May 23. Wait, what? No, it's been delayed from May 23rd, 2024 to June. Oh, I wrote that so wrong. Sorry. It's been delayed from 2024 to 2025, and it's going to be getting a title change as well, which is weird considering Dead Reckoning Part 1 has come out, and we're not going to get a Dead Reckoning Part 2.
Wait, so it's called Dead Reckoning Part 1, but then the next movie is going to be called something else?
Yeah.
That's I've never seen that before.
Yep, so all those physical media collectors waiting for Part 2. Ugh.
That spine on their shelf is going to look weird. Someone's going to go, where's Part 2?
Yeah. And the other one is A Quiet Place Day 1. That was scheduled for March 24, and it's been delayed only a couple months to June 24. So
it's taking Mission Impossible slot.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on these delays? Obviously, A Quiet Place isn't that big, but mainly Mission Impossible and that title change out of nowhere.
I think the Mission Impossible delay makes a lot of sense. Not just in regards to these writer strikes, not writer strikes, the Actors Guild strikes, but primarily because of the box office reception of Dead Reckoning.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to do a follow-up movie this early on because the social brain of moviegoers is going to be too much the same as it was right now when you release the next one. So it makes sense to wait a little longer, see if people's desires change a bit, and then maybe by the time it releases in 2025, people will actually be a little bit more thirsty for something like Mission Impossible.
Right.
Who knows?
I don't know. I'm more on the other side of the fence for this one, I think. I'm not too sure about the production for Mission Impossible 8 because I do believe that they still got filming to do, and obviously they can't because of the strikes and whatnot. But I think it's not the right move. If production is finished and they can get this movie out by June next year, then they should have kept it because the strike will be over by then. Well, would hope so at least. So Tom Cruise can do his, international press tour, all that kind of stuff. But I think with the box office being so bad for Dead Reckoning, I think it was like the third lowest grossing one since it's the lowest grossing since the third movie in 2006, which is pretty bad. I think they've got momentum from part 1. And it's not part 2 anymore, but part 2 should capitalize on the momentum that it's built. We delay it another year, people are going to forget that it's half a story.
That's true.
So I do struggle to see people coming back for more Mission Impossibles. And I think Mission Impossible has kind of outlived its not a gimmick, but its flashiness in terms of real life stunts or Tom Cruise going crazy. I think people are like, okay, well, we know we're going to get that. That's cool. We've seen it before. I don't need to see it again kind of thing.
Yeah.
Unless he does something like goes into space and goes to Mars or something like that.
Isn't he going to space in a movie or something?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And that one will do
Something
money because people want to see that. But yeah, I think from a Mission Impossible, it doesn't make sense. But if they are working on production, then it's best to do it so you can polish this movie. If it's going to be somewhat of the final movie, especially for the Tom Cruise, Ethan Hunt era, then you want to polish the hell out of the movie. I've kind of soured a bit on Dead Reckoning. I really liked it when I watched it, but my memory about it, or just like how I feel about it now, it's fine. It's good. It's kind of there with like Rogue Nation. I have Ghost Protocol and Fallout significantly higher than Dead Reckoning at this point in time. So yeah, I think they should polish it up. Final movie, they got to go all out for it. So
clearly their intent behind changing the movie title ties in with this delay. There might even be the case that they've considered what it is that you've said, where they know that the momentum is lost with this delay, so they may as well rebrand to maybe just try and strike a new nerve or a new avenue with audiences. Again, doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
Because this is a direct continuation of the previous one. But yeah, I think how do you avoid another repeat of the Dead Reckoning? Like, how do you avoid that?
Well,
Can you avoid that?
Not have
scheduling,
Not have Christopher Nolan and Barbie release another film a week before it releases.
Yeah, no, scheduling was a big factor in it. But yeah, I do think in terms of the Mission Impossible series, in terms of audience interest, has a ceiling, and I think it's hit it. I think Fallout hit the ceiling. I don't think you can go above that. There's just not, a market out there for more of that. So. Yeah, I think I'm more concerned about this title change. Yeah. Perhaps Khyan's right in terms of rebranding. Are they going to take the story in a much different angle in what they wanted? They have the time because now it's 2 years away. They can film more material. They can rewrite stuff. So, yeah, part one, and it's the fact that they had part one like in the movie. Yeah. Like you saw it, say part one, and it ended with a cliffhanger. So.
And like the physical media is already going to be released for it, and it's going to have Dead Reckoning Part 1 on those titles or on those covers as well.
Well, you could do a Dead Reckoning Part 2 as a TV miniseries. That'd be cool.
Or like
but not if it continues. It depends on Mission Impossible 8. If it continues after the events of Part 1.
But it could continue on from there, but maybe just do something completely different as a TV series, because Mission Impossible did start as a TV series.
That's true. Yeah. I think Paramount will definitely have a Mission Impossible series.
Yeah, I think it's something that they'll have.
Or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, Young Hunt. Right. We don't need an Ethan Hunt again. Gosh.
Prequel series.
We already had him.
Oh, yeah, very true. And then what was the other one? The Quiet Place Day One.
That's been, so it was March 2024, and it's taken Dead Reckoning Part 2's place at June 2024.
Yeah, no, that's good. I want them to polish that movie up as much as possible.
Definitely.
I'm actually really looking forward to that movie.
Yeah, I know. It's a prequel, right?
Yeah. It is a prequel, yeah. It's about the start of that whole thing.
That's what I wanted to see, because that first opening section to A Quiet Place Part 2 was like, and honestly, in my opinion, the most riveting part of the film. Actually, there was some other sequences that were great, but for me, I enjoyed that sequence the most.
Just coming out of nowhere and scary.
The tension was just amazing.
Yeah, because it's about these characters learning how these aliens behave.
Yes.
Yeah, very interesting stuff. So I think they can do a lot with it. I know Krasinski's not directing, but the director
Michael Sarnoski,
directed Pig. Yeah, and that was really good. So I have a lot of faith in that. Lupita Nyong'o, amazing actress, and I think if she signed on for it, I think
she seems like the perfect actor for Quiet Place for some reason. I don't know why.
I think it's because
I'm imagining us.
She does like horror, as in her facial expressions come into horror, if that makes sense.
That's true. Yeah,
fare really, really well.
Yeah, her and Us, a really, really good performance.
It is.
Yeah.
You're right.
So if she can do something like that in this, it's going to be a good performance.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it doesn't get delayed.
Oh, please, no, I can't do it anymore.
Speaking